Hey everybody, it is late at night and I am Norman. In this, what is sure to be a brief video, I'm going to go over 3 watches that I own that are very sick right now. The Projects watch with its dangling minutes hand. Yeah. The vintage Hamilton that was a gift to the channel. And the dirt cheap, maybe, Orus. What is wrong with these watches? Let me explain. So if you saw my previous video on this watch, you will know what is wrong with it already. I was changing the battery, and in this particular watch, the dial is fixed in place. You have to actually remove the bezel here to get to the hands and whatnot. So if the movement inside this moves at all, you can pop these hands right off. And when I was changing the battery, that is exactly what happened. The movement lifted up, and that was enough to cause the minutes hand to just kind of dangle. The trouble is, this bezel is really tough to take off. There isn't a little notch to help you. I mean, I guess over here kind of, but even using a plastic bag to help protect it, I kind of scratched it a bit. And being a black case, yeah. So I'm definitely gonna let the professionals deal with this. I contacted the watchmaker that Projects goes through, and it sounds like the charge for putting these hands back on would be $20. So that is not bad at all. I just need to send it off and have them do that. I mean, it is a pretty cool looking watch. I really like Projects watches. Their designs are just fun, unique and artsy. As I mentioned, this watch here was actually a gift to the channel, and it's pretty cool looking. When you see it in person, it's fun, unique, and it's crazy seeing an LCD display back when they were novel. Nowadays you could buy watches at a gas station for a couple bucks that have these displays. Unfortunately with this watch, this pusher does not work. And I was hoping that if I opened up the case back, maybe it was a matter of it just not touching the contact in there. But that does not appear to be the case. It's not gunked up at all, and it looks like it's actually reaching the contact in the module just beyond there. So I'm thinking about maybe taking this to my mall watch guy, see if there's anything at all that he can do about it, or if I'm just out of luck and need to find a donor module for this. I did see one of these on eBay, so maybe it's possible to find one. I'm not sure. And that's why I haven't done a review of this watch yet, because I can't set the time. I can't change the mode or anything, so I wouldn't be able to show you any of that. But if I can get this module fixed, I'll do a full review of this. But yeah, so cool that this was sent into the channel as a gift. It's a fun, unique piece. I just gotta get that button working. And the last of my sick watches is this supposedly Orus. I keep saying that because this watch was only $30, so yeah. I've opened up the case back and it does have a movement in it that says it's Swiss. It's etched into the movement, and I grabbed some photos of it so that I can show you what that movement looks like. Maybe some of you out there are familiar with it by sight. After I did my first impressions video of this watch, I put it on the time grapher, and there was a whole lot of snow, and it was running fast. Just didn't really look like it was terribly healthy. But I figured I would wear the watch for a while, see if maybe letting it run for a bit, it'll start performing a bit better. I mean, this is a pretty cool looking watch. And it's in great shape externally. From what I could see of the movement, it looked good. There was no rust or any obvious damage or anything like that. It looked like a pretty clean, decent movement. This was listed as being refurbished, but if somebody did a servicing of the movement as part of that refurbishing, they did a terrible job. So I wore this watch the first day that I got it, and it seemed okay. By the end of the day, it was still the correct time, even though it was running super fast. And the next day I wore it, and halfway through the day, I realized that it stopped. And I thought that I had just forgotten to wind it the night before. So I wound it up, put it back on my wrist. 2 minutes later, it was stopped again. And it's just been getting worse and worse. Now it doesn't run at all. I could twist it to get the balance wheel going, but it just stops immediately. Let's see. There it goes. Yeah, it's just getting worse and worse by the day. I mean, just something is really wrong with this movement. And you could tell that something was wrong with the movement as soon as I opened up the case back. The balance wheel was just creeping. You could tell that it was about to die. So yeah, this watch is a dud. A great looking dud, but yeah, that movement has serious issues. So what am I gonna do with this watch? I do plan on trying my hand at taking apart movements, cleaning them, putting them together, oiling them, and regulating them. Just because I have so many mechanical watches that really aren't worth servicing. I mean, the servicing would cost as much or more as the watches themselves. So it would be nice to be able to do some of those myself, maybe. And of course, if I see any problems as I'm doing that, I'll probably ship it off to the experts, because yeah, I've got a few junk watches sitting on the shelf, and I'll start with those because I'm probably going to ruin them. But this would probably be a good candidate for trying my hand at that. And if I do get it running again, yeah, it'd be a fun watch to wear here and there. And I suppose $30 isn't too bad to get a project watch to try servicing. But yeah, it's crazy. I've never seen a movement's performance deteriorate like this one's. That's just wild. So there you have it, 3 watches that really need to see a doctor. Thanks for watching.